Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Here's how the XRPL AMM feature helps burn XRP. Okay guys, let's get into it. So, as you guys are all aware, the AMM came out not so long ago, and let's just be honest, it was off to a bit of a bumpy start to say the least. But, the thing for me with the AMM is, although we know that it started off with a bit of a rough ride, I do truly believe that once the kinks are ironed out, once like everything is sorted and the bugs are all straightened out and there's no more issues, I do believe that AMM is going to be a very great feature for XRP, and it's going to be a great avenue for people to gain money if they're willing to take the risk. So I did a video on this before, so I do just want to be clear. Please understand that there is risk investing into the AMM pool. Don't just think it's free money. There is a bit of a risk there as well. I'm not saying that to say that it's dangerous, but you've just got to understand, like anything with investing, there are risks too. So please just make sure you do your due diligence if you do decide to look to invest your money into the AMM to get the passive income, etc. But for the people who do it successfully, yeah, I think it's going to be something that's great for people to earn some more XRP, whether that be for the idea of just the passive income, or whether it's to just generate more XRP for when they're in a bull run or something along those lines, whatever it may be. But yeah, we've also got here now a feature of the AMM which also helps to burn XRP. So let's get into this, because we already know, for example, with even like cross-border payments and just general utilization of XRP, we know a very small amount of XRP is burned every transaction, right? So even if you're just using XRP as a gas token, a slight bit of that XRP is being burnt completely. But the way it is at the moment, because the burn rate is so small, it's quite negligible at the moment, right? It doesn't really make that much of an impact. But let's get into this feature, because I'm not sure what this feature is exactly, and let's see to what degree this could be something that could help XRP. Because I know a lot of you guys keep saying about the burn rate, etc., and thinking about burning the escrow, which I'll be honest with you guys, that wouldn't really be such a great idea in my opinion, and it's just plain and simply not going to happen. Ripple are not going to burn the escrow, so we've got to just get that completely out of our minds, because that's just not something that Ripple are going to do by choice, not by choice anyway. If the validators requested to do this and there was a vote, etc., well, they have no choice. That's what decentralization is, but it's not going to be something that Ripple will choose to do. I just don't see that whatsoever. But this is something that's a bit more realistic, because this is just where the AMM is being utilized, but it's basically just burning XRP as a byproduct of that, right? So this is where just utilization will actually help bring down the circulating supply of XRP. So I think this is a lot more realistic, and this could be something that could be, very useful for XRP over the long term. Again, I don't think this is going to be something that would be an overnight effect on price, because it's going to be the more the AMM is obviously adopted, but it could definitely have an overall long-term impact on the price. So let's get into the article, and then we can discuss this a little bit further. The recently introduced XRPL AMM feature has a functionality that helps burn XRP tokens when market participants create new AMMs. The XRP ledger, in brackets XRPL, has taken another step towards a deflationary model with the introduction of its automated market maker, in brackets AMM feature. While this functionality primarily looks to provide liquidity, it also has a built-in mechanism that burns XRP tokens, contributing to its scarcity. How the XRPL AMM feature burns XRP. In a recent post on X, Panos Mekras, a key figure in the XRP community and co-founder of Anados Finance, highlighted the deflationary impact of the AMM feature. He explained that the creation of a new AMM instance on the XRPL leads to the burning of 2 XRP. This burn rate is considerably higher than the standard minimum transaction cost, which is a mere fraction of an XRP. The rationale behind this increased cost is to prevent spam on the ledger. The AMM feature's introduction is a response to the growing DeFi landscape, where automated market makers have become a cornerstone. Unlike traditional trading systems, AMMs on the XRPL are designed to work in harmony with the existing decentralized exchange, offering users the best of both worlds. The XRPL AMM comes with a fee auction mechanism allowing liquidity providers to bid for reduced fees, thus incentivizing participation. Ripple CTO David Schwartz recently called attention to this as an avenue through which market participants could burn LP tokens. However, the AMM feature's deflationary impact is an added advantage. Responding to Mecras, Lee Harlow, another active member of the XRP community, inquired about the implications of this feature, suggesting that it enhances scarcity for XRP total supply is capped at 100 billion tokens. XRP inherently deflationary. Mecras confirmed this, stating that XRP is inherently deflationary, with no more than 100 billion tokens ever to be created and over 12 million already burned. Data from XRP Scan confirms that the XRPL has burned exactly 12.311 million XRP since inception. This figure was 11 million last April. XRP's deflationary nature is a result of its design. Each transaction on the XRPL incurs a fee, which is subsequently burned, reducing the total supply over time. This mechanism is originally intended to combat spam transactions, but it could also support the asset value by creating scarcity. The recent disclosures have been met with enthusiasm from the community, with over 193 AMMs established in less than 3 weeks since the feature went live. The recent disclosures have been met with enthusiasm from the community, with over 193 AMMs established in less than 3 weeks since the feature went live. The XRPL ecosystem is fast gaining traction. The creation of more AMMs could equally bolster liquidity and help with XRP burns. Okay guys, interesting, real interesting. So yeah, I think this is great, to be honest with you. As you could hear, 2 XRP, a lot more than the usual, right? The usual fee when you're doing like cross-border payments and that kind of thing. And so this is the thing for me, guys. As I said earlier, this isn't going to be some like overnight thing, right? It's not going to be like, oh, okay, once the AMM's fully back up and running, because I believe they had to take it back off to fix all the issues like the code and stuff like that, right? That had bugs in. So I believe they have to now go through the process of then bringing out the request to bring it live again, and obviously they vote on whether they're happy for it to go live. I believe that's the case. But if I've got that wrong, my apologies. I just believe that's what I'd read before. I believe that they had to take it off the market to then iron it out and put it back out. So I believe that's the case, but if not, I do apologize for that. But listen, the point that I'm just making is, this isn't going to be something of, the AMM comes out and within a month, like, the price is just going to fly up. No, of course not. Like, what we're talking about here is, we're talking about, like, real mass adoption. Like, when XRP is being heavily utilized and the AMM is being heavily utilized, because, just look at what they've just said there already. 193 AMM pools, right? So, just think, that's in the early stages of crypto right now. This is like with no regulations, no real mass adoption for XRP, not to like that degree anyway. We're not in that phase, right? Like if you think of like Bitcoin right now, XRP doesn't have the same kind of attention as Bitcoin has, right? And I'm not saying it ever will, but even in terms of just the rest of the market, right now it's like Bitcoin and the others, right? Like the people who are very involved in crypto, yes, we know about XRP, we know about many other cryptos, right? Especially utility tokens. But, the average people, they just kind of hear about Bitcoin, right? They hear about like Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high. They're not really hearing about all the other altcoins that are around. So if you think about like when the market actually gets bigger and people are like, okay, we're now just looking at crypto as a whole. We're not just looking at Bitcoin anymore. We're actually seeing that there's, tokens out here that actually have a purpose and stuff like that. That's when I think XRP will obviously start to be getting that kind of attention. And when you think about it from that degree and people hearing like, oh, okay, so if I hold this XRP, I can put it into an AMM and I can actually receive a passive income. Oh, that sounds good. So when you're thinking about it on that scale and you can see how over time, the more pools that can be created, the bigger that it will get, right? That's when I'm talking about all these XRPs being burnt over time. It's just going to be adding value, right? So obviously that's going to be burning the supply. And because it's 2 XRP instead of the standard, which is like a fraction of an XRP, I believe it's drops, isn't it, for XRP, if I'm thinking rightly. Like how Bitcoin has Satoshis. You know, when you're talking like that kind of such a small size of XRP, well, yeah, that's going to take way longer, right? But if the AMM is wildly successful over time, well, that's going to be a lot of people creating pools and obviously more XRP getting burned. So that could definitely help to the supply in terms of, you know, burning it down and thus increasing the value over time. That could definitely happen. That is 100% plausible. So, you know, like I already thought that the AMM was going to be good anyway. And one of the reasons is because like David Schwartz was just so optimistic about it. Like he was really excited for the AMM. So obviously when he speaks, I definitely listen because he's a great mind in the crypto space. And so, you know, I do believe once the AMM's issues are, you know, sorted, I do believe it will be successful because I'm not saying that it's risk free, but just investing in crypto is risk, right? Like, it's not like investing in crypto isn't risky, of course. Like, we've seen what's happened. We've seen what's happened with, like, FTX. We've seen what's happened with Terra Luna. There are risks here. People do get rug pulled, and there are companies out here that unfortunately will scam you. So there's risks in, like, anything where you're putting money into it in terms of, like, investing or something like that. Even investing in the stock market is risky. It's not as risky as crypto, but it's still risky, right? So there's always risk. So it's all about what your risk tolerance is, understanding what you're getting into, because I think that's the biggest thing. Once you know what you're getting into, you can make an informed decision. You can make an educated decision, right? So I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's dangerous, don't do it. I'm just saying just understand the risks, right, before you make that decision. That's all. Because I just don't want people to just be in there and just losing money left, right, and centre. That's all. I'm just trying to make it so you guys are making wise investment decisions. That's all. So, yeah, for me, long term, though, I think once, you know, the issues are done with the AMM, I think it'll be massively successful over time. I really do. So, looking at this is great to see because, again, we're just hearing how that's going to also help for XRP's supply, right, in terms of the value. So, yeah, this is definitely interesting, and I'll be looking forward to seeing how this plays out over time. But it all makes sense to me. Like, and as you could hear there, Panos jumped in and, you know, added his 2 cents. And I've said it numerous times lately because I've been covering a few of his stuff. Panos is a great mind in the XRP community, and he's very realistic, and he knows what he's talking about. So the fact that he's saying this as well, yeah, I concur with Schwartz and Panos here. I think this is a positive overall. So great stuff to see here. But what do you guys think? Ripple's AMM burning XRP. Do you like the sound of this? Are you someone who's interested in using the AMM yourself? Do you think that this would be good for XRP's price? Or do you not like the sound of this? Is there anything that you've heard in this article that actually gives you any cause for concern? Or do you just not think that this is going to be good for XRP's price overall long term? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.